Former AEW World Tag Team Champion Penta Miedo is reportedly now a free agent after his contract with AEW has expired, but his brother Rey Fenix is still under contract after Tony Khan has added injury time onto his current deal. An update on Matt Riddle's TNA status after making his TNA wrestling debut at Turning Point last week. We got an update on some injuries coming out of the Survivor Series War Games matches this past weekend. An update on AEW's pay-per-view business following the end of Bleacher Report. Several matches have been announced at dates and locations for the Continental Classic Tournament. WWE sets an all-time record with Survivor Series this weekend. Kamille was seemingly written off AEW television on AEW Rampage, and Adam Copeland opens up on his recovery from his current injury. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's begin with an update on Penta Miedo, who is no longer, according to a new report, All Elite. Now, let's talk about Penta Miedo. Let's talk about Rey Fenix. Let's talk about the Lucha Brothers and their current status with All Elite Wrestling. As I mentioned, Penta Miedo is no longer All Elite. Per Fightful Select, Penta's contract with AEW has officially expired, and the luchador is now, quote, effectively a free agent, end quote. The report is based off the news, quote, heard within the company, and it's unclear whether Penta or AEW will make an official statement regarding his departure from the organization. Penta will not be joined by his brother and Lucha Brothers teammate Rey Fenix in his AEW departure, as the latter has had his AEW contract amended to include injury time. Fenix is projected to be an AEW talent for nearly another 12 months. The Lucha Brothers have been completely absent from AEW programming since August of this year, when it was initially reported that both men had been in contact with WWE. While Penta and why Penta initially entered conversations with WWE has yet to be disclosed, while their conversations may imply strained relations between Penta and AEW, it had been reported that Penta, Fenix, and former Death Triangle member Pac were in contention and slated to win the AEW World Trios Championships at All In prior to the contract debacle. However, all creative plans for Penta seem to have been cancelled after reports of his conversations with WWE surfaced. Initial reports believe that Penta and Fenix were WWE bound, but Fightful Select has reported that WWE had not mentioned the duo in an official capacity as recently as November 25th. While a WWE entry seems unlikely for Penta, it is reported that multiple independent promotions have expressed heavy interest in booking Penta for marquee matches. Further information, such as whether Penta is under any non-compete clause or the names of said interested promotions, have yet to be disclosed. The future of the Lucha Brothers is also uncertain, with any information regarding Fenix's intentions post-AEW contract expiration unavailable at this time. Now, a bit of an update here when it comes to former WWE superstar Matt Riddle. Now, Riddle appeared in the TNA Turning Point show on November 29th. Now, according to Sean Rossap of Fightful Select, TNA got word that afternoon that Trey Miguel had a travel situation and that he would need to be replaced. Fightful Select have been told that Riddle found out not long before the show that the possibility was a reality and ended up working the event. TNA sources that Fightful spoke to said that while the situation wasn't ideal, they weren't too stressed considering they were at a convention where there were 100 or so possible replacements. People that Fightful spoke to in TNA said they were happy about the live reception to Riddle, but wouldn't commit to using him again in the future. Now, a bit of an update here when it comes to injuries coming out of Survivor Series War Games this past Saturday. The original Bloodline alongside CM Punk got the victory over the new Bloodline in the men's War Games main event of WWE Survivor Series, with Roman Reigns getting the pin after a spear to Solo Sikoa. But neither team emerged from the combat unscathed. Before the finish, there were spots off the top of the cage for members of each team, Big Bronson Reed and Jimmy Uso, which left them worse for wear coming out of it. Following the event, during WWE's post-show, Jey Uso reported that his brother Jimmy had broken his toe performing an Uso splash from the top of the cage to put Jacob Fatu through a table. Jimmy was helped to the ramp at the close of the show by Jey and Sami Zayn and had an extended embrace with Reigns before the closing shot. Meanwhile, Reed sought to deliver his signature tsunami splash off the opposite corner to put Reigns through a table earlier in the bout. Punk pulled Reigns off the table, however, leaving Reed to crash through the table himself. Speaking during the post-show, WWE CCO Paul Triple H Levesque said Reed was under medical evaluation and likely to be sidelined for a time. Fightful Select has since reported that while Reed's spot was always supposed to take him out of the match, it's now feared he injured one or both of his ankles upon landing. Jacob Fatu also drew some concern after slipping on a moonsault and favoring his knee afterward, but Fightful says he was ultimately fine and decided to salve the injury. Everyone else, including CM Punk, was reported to be fine as coming out of the event. Now, a bit of an update here when it comes to AEW's pay-per-view model. Of course, set to change. AEW moving to Max next year as well when it comes to their TV shows and also their pay-per-views at a later date for a discounted price. Now, in 5 weeks, 2024 will be in the rearview mirror, and 2025 will be coming in hot with change and prosperity for AEW, hopefully for their fans. Just 2 months ago, AEW President Tony Khan of Warner Brothers Discovery broke the news that a multi-year multimedia rights deal had been signed between both parties. That said, the expected deal will allow AEW to stream its annual pay-per-view events exclusively through Max at a discounted price per show rather than using other platforms like Bleacher Report to purchase exclusive events at full price. Regarding Bleacher Report, the company is taking drastic measures as it is shutting down its pay-per-view division effective immediately. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer commented on this change in status and how buy-ins were for Bleacher Report and AEW's former partnership prior to the closure. Although buy-in reports for AEW Full Gear 2024 will be delayed due to the Thanksgiving holiday, Meltzer noted that purchases were up 4.1% from WrestleDream last month. This year's total number remains to be seen, though more overall purchases were registered through Bleacher Report than anywhere else. What does seem safe to say is that every platform hosting AEW's last pay-per-view events has increased, however, not enough to make up for the loss of Bleacher Report. Prior to this new deal with Warner Brothers Discovery, Bleacher Report had exclusive rights to US purchases of AEW pay-per-views. September's All Out was the last pay-per-view event on Bleacher Report. As for numbers on WrestleDream, Meltzer reported the show's revenue increased by 11.4% from All Out in early September across all platforms. Now, some big matches and dates, locations have been confirmed for the Continental Classic tournament. Now, the Continental Classic, of course, is underway on AEW programming with 12 combatants eager to fight their way to World's End for an opportunity at the AEW Continental Championship. AEW fans have already seen wrestlers such as Shelton Benjamin and Will Ospreay earn points in the Classic's 2024 run and can now expect to see several more matches over the next 3 upcoming episodes of AEW Dynamite. Per AEW President Tony Khan's X account, the upcoming December 4 episode of Dynamite will see Shelton Benjamin take on Kyle Fletcher in a Blue League match. As of this recording, both Benjamin and Fletcher have 3 points to their name. While both men have reinvented themselves thanks to the help of their dubious factions, neither the Hurt Syndicate nor the Don Callis family will be allowed at ringside per the Classic's rules. The Gold League is expected to return on the December 11th edition of AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming. During the special episode of Dynamite, AEW Trio World Champion Claudia Castagnoli will take on Ospreay, and Ricochet will face off against Brody King. Castagnoli, Ospreay, and King have 3 Continental Classic points to their name as of this recording, while Ricochet has yet to score in the event so far. The Continental Classic will be featured again a week after at AEW Dynamite Holiday Bash on December 18th. Fans can expect to see Ospreay fight Darby Allin in another Gold League match. No further Classic matches have been announced as of this recording. The Continental Classic matches are expected to continue until December 28, where World's End will host the semi-finals and finals of the Classic in the same night. Kazuchika Okada, the current AEW Continental Champion, will be considered champion until the conclusion of the event. Now, WWE sets a new record with Survivor Series over the weekend. Of course, they've been setting so many PLE records over this year, and WWE has continued its hot streak of good business on Saturday, according to WWE Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque. Quote, "We set an all-time North American Arena Gate record here tonight. It was sold out, 17,822 in the building tonight. That is our 63rd sellout of the year," Levesque said at the post-Survivor Series War Games press conference, happy with ending the year with a successful premium live event in Vancouver. Quote, "Canada has been so great for us over the years, especially this year. We had a lot of events in Canada," end quotes. Now, of course, WWE will be returning to Canada in 2025 for Elimination Chamber on March 1st, which will take place in the Rogers Center, formerly known as the Sky Dome, home of WrestleManias 6 and 18. The show is set to be former WWE Champion John Cena's final WWE appearance in Toronto as an active in-ring superstar, as it will be one of the stops on his retirement tour, which will see him wrap up his 23 years with WWE in December 2025. The event will be the 3rd Elimination Chamber event to be held in a stadium following the 2022 edition in Saudi Arabia and the 2024 edition, which took place in Perth, Australia. WWE has increased its stadium events considerably in recent years. Not only is Elimination Chamber becoming a regular stadium stop, but so is Money in the Bank, and there has also been the addition of events like like Bash in Berlin, in the titular German city, Clash at the Castle, which has been held in Scotland and Wales. Now, Kamille could be written off AEW television. Now, on this past week's AEW Dynamite, issues between Mercedes Moné and Kamille came to a head as Moné was about to fire Kamille live on stage. However, before Moné could fire her, Kamille said, quote, "Are you stupid or are you dumb? You can't fire me because I quit." Fast forward to Rampage, and Kamille was found laid out backstage with chairs around her, suggesting they had been used by whoever attacked her. Now, at this point, it's unclear how long Kamille will be off television due to the attack, but the expectation was that she was written off television for at least the time being. If we get any more details on legitimate injuries or the reasons why, of course, we'll let you know in an upcoming video. And finally, Adam Copeland has opened up on his recovery from his injury. Copeland broke his tibia after jumping off a steel cage at AEW Double or Nothing earlier this year. The injury setback has kept the Rated R superstar out of action since then, but Copeland was cleared to compete again recently and has since shared an optimistic update about his current health status, for fans highly anticipating his return. Quote, "I feel good," Copeland revealed on the Leafs Nation podcast. "You know, my brain forgets I'm 51, but my body quickly reminded me, yeah, you just jumped from 21 feet, asshole. Like, that's technically 3 stories. You're 51, quit it. But I feel good. I'm ready to get back at it and to get busy again." And while Copeland has been cleared to lace up his boots again, he didn't share any details about when he aims to return to AEW television. The former WWE superstar and WWE Hall of Famer is currently filming the 2nd season of Percy Jackson and the Olympians for Disney+, which is expected to wrap in January of next year, so it'll probably be after that. Of course, January will also see AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling host their joint Wrestle Dynasty event, with stars from Stardom and CMLL also participating in the show. Meanwhile, February will see AEW travel to Australia for its Grand Slam event, marking the company's first time down under. With 2 big shows scheduled around this time, Copeland is expected to have completed his acting commitments. Tony Khan's promotion has the opportunity to reintroduce him in a big way. Of course, there's also going to be the Fight for the Fallen event that takes place in Copeland's home state that he resides in now, so it could be that he comes back for that event as well. But there you go, guys, the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.